So the whole point of this video today is to help you understand that it doesn't matter how you buy Bitcoin, which form you buy Bitcoin in. It matters that you buy Bitcoin. And so today I'm going to walk through the 4 ways that I'm currently accumulating Bitcoin, so that you have some options you can kind of think through, and just as a way of encouraging you that wherever it is that you start, there's no wrong way to get started. And I want to kind of accentuate the problem that I see in the Bitcoin space about how most of my Bitcoin maximalist brothers and sisters, and by the way, yes, I'm a Bitcoin maximalist. I've been in Bitcoin since 2013. So I've been through all 4 cycles. I'm a huge proponent of people holding Bitcoin on-chain, in a hardware wallet, in self-custody. But I see the problem that most Bitcoin, the hardcore Bitcoin maxis, are just going to tell you that that's the only right way to do it, that there's just one right way to do it. And I don't want you to be discouraged by that. So I have a bit of a contrarian take that I'll get to in a minute, and going through what all of those ways are. But I wanted to make this video as a way to just encourage you, okay? Especially if you're a new Bitcoiner or you're someone in the FIRE movement that's thinking about diversifying their portfolio into Bitcoin or some Bitcoin instruments. There are actually many ways for you to accumulate Bitcoin, not just one right way. By the way, if we're just meeting, my name is Brad, and I'm on a mission to help millennials and Gen X more deeply integrate Bitcoin into their personal finances so they can get to financial independence within 10 years or less. So way number 1 is what I've already mentioned. You can buy spot Bitcoin on-chain through an exchange, decentralized exchange. There's lots of different ways you can earn it. A couple of the exchanges that I would recommend that are Bitcoin only, if you want to go down this road, are River.com and Swan.com. There are also some decentralized exchanges. I'm not going to go into all of those just for the sake of brevity. This is the way that you would do it if you buy on the exchange. You open up an account, and then you export that, or you basically send that to your hardware wallet. This is where running a node comes into play. If you guys want me to go through a whole treatment on how to do Bitcoin self-custody, I'd be happy to do that. So just leave me a comment in the comments below. I can walk you through the recommended way that you can do that if you want to do that. Way number 2 is to buy the Bitcoin ETF. So Bitcoin ETF stands for Exchange Traded Fund. So this is where you can go and open up a Fidelity account or a Schwab account. Now it looks like Vanguard is finally getting into the game, and they're going to let their customers start to buy Bitcoin ETFs. So a few examples of these, IBIT, which is the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF, FBTC, which is the Fidelity, and I think here in the States there are like 11 Bitcoin ETFs. These main Bitcoin ETFs are basically for long-term capital growth. So you're basically buying a Bitcoin proxy. You're buying a piece of paper that says you own Bitcoin, and this is what the Bitcoin maxis will tell you. Well, you don't actually own Bitcoin, and I'll get to more of that here in a minute. But you are getting exposure to it, and I think that that's a really good thing if you're just trying to dip your toe into the space. So there are the long-term, just the regular ETFs. There are also the growth and monthly income ETFs, like the covered call ETFs, like BTCI is one. If you're following along, I'm giving a monthly income report on, how we're doing with BTCI. And then you have Strategy has these new growth and monthly income. They're basically preferred stock. So you can buy preferred stock in the income in your brokerage account or your IRA, HSA, wherever it is that you are. And the goal of these is, again, both growth and monthly income. Stretch is one that we're looking at right now. Way number 3 is passive accumulation. And so a couple of vehicles that we're using for that. Obviously, you can dollar cost average inside of your Swan account or your River account. I like to use the Fold card. So the Fold card is basically it's the closest thing that exists to like a Bitcoin checking account. I've done a bunch of videos on this. I've got a link in the video description below if you want to experiment with a Fold card. It's like a Bitcoin checking account. So you get Bitcoin cash back when you use it, basically like a debit card. You can also buy gift cards through it as well. You get cash back on those. Cash back meaning Bitcoin cash back. There's free Bitcoin that you earn with the daily spin, which is awesome. And then you can move in and out of Bitcoin very easily. You can transfer your cash or your Bitcoin to, you can transfer your cash to other Bitcoin or other bank accounts. And then you can also transfer your Bitcoin to self-custody storage or to an exchange to sell. It's a very easy instrument to just sort of get started, integrating your personal finances more tightly into Bitcoin. Another thing that we do for passive accumulation is the Gemini Bitcoin MasterCard. So I like this one because you get up to 4% cash back on everyday purchases like gas, food, groceries, restaurants, and everything else. You also get referral rewards. So I'll have a little bit of a blurb at the end of this video that talks a little bit more about how to do that. And if you're watching this before December 8th, they're actually giving cash back, 5% cash back on everything. So those are a couple of ways that you can start to get passive accumulation. Like if you're in the FIRE movement and you're like, hey, I would like to start investing in Bitcoin, but I don't really want to spend any of my own money on it. You can sign up for one of these accounts. You can start accumulating Bitcoin passively without putting any of your own money into it. So it's great for that. And then way number 4 is that you can start earning Bitcoin. So one of the ways that you can do that is like if you're a coach or a consultant or you have a small business, you can actually accept payment in Bitcoin. If you're a vendor that uses the Square app for your point of sale, Square actually allows the acceptance of Bitcoin payments now. So that's a way that you can do it. And then there are companies in the Bitcoin space that do pay in Bitcoin. So you can actually earn money in Bitcoin. So those are the 4 ways that I'm currently accumulating Bitcoin. Now, ultimately, we always want to encourage, like I said at the beginning, that you want to get to, on-chain Bitcoin in self-custody. But one of the things that I hate, and you'll hear me talk about this all the time, is, someone who's getting excited about buying an ETF, they're like, hey, I'm ready to dip my toes in this. I heard this IBIT thing is great. I've seen the returns on it. And then a toxic Bitcoin maxi comes swooping in and delivers. Instead of encouraging them, they deliver a lecture on how, well, you don't actually, you actually don't own Bitcoin. You own basically a claim on Bitcoin. So it's kind of analogous to like, your toddlers like taking their first steps, and so that's something that we should celebrate, in the Bitcoin community. But instead, we admonish them for failing to run a half marathon. So yeah, I'm interested in what you guys think about these ways of accumulation. Have you considered any of these? Are you buying the ETFs, the covered call ETFs, the like the MicroStrategy stuff that they're putting out? Have you tried the Fold card yet? Are you earning in Bitcoin? Would love to hear your thoughts. To all the guys that are new subscribers, thanks so much for subscribing and leaving a comment, tapping the thumbs up button. It really does help get the word out. And looking to just build a community here of, just like-minded people who are trying to accomplish similar goals, namely FIRE and using Bitcoin as a vehicle to get to financial independence in 10 years or less. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, since you made it this far in the video, I wanted to offer 2 resources that will help you integrate Bitcoin more deeply into your personal finances. Number 1, Gemini's Orange Bitcoin MasterCard. You can earn up to 4% Bitcoin on everyday purchases like gas, dining, groceries, retail purchases. There's no annual fee, no foreign transaction fees, and no exchange fees on any of your rewards. Plus, if you sign up today using my link in the video description below, you get $200 in Bitcoin when you spend $3,000 in your first 90 days. And if you're watching this before December 8th, Gemini is currently offering 5% cash back in Bitcoin for everything on every purchase up to $2,500. The link is in the description and the comments below. Number 2, I'm also offering one-to-one calls to answer questions and to help you integrate Bitcoin into your personal finances more deeply, including traditional FIRE and Bitcoin planning, as well as Bitcoin self-custody. Link is in the video description below for that.